Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to drift to another land acquisition matter. Recently, many of you may have seen some UNC decimated mischief, lies, and fake news about me receiving $100 million in compensation for acquisition at a Kay Donna property. My initial reaction is to ignore the UNC engine room of darkness and lies. But in this era of social media, the first platform in which information is disseminated, and where many vulnerable citizens can easily fall prey to the lies and misinformation, I am left with no choice but to immediately respond and clarify the air before it becomes a reality in the minds of citizens. And I just want to remind you, this fake information was placed Sunday in the public domain. And by Monday, they were asking Parliament questions in Parliament and put it on the Hansard. So you see how they create false news and then they get it into the public domain, into the archives of the Parliament. So therefore, in the case of you who are interested in facts, let me take this opportunity to bring some clarity. The facts are as follows. As one of the shareholders in the business which operates the Kay Donna facility, I have received not 1 cent from the state for acquisition of this property. This matter is being handled by the company's representative, and I play no role in this discussion. A decision was taken to allow the state to take possession of the property as was required under the Land Acquisition Act, whilst negotiation will be pursued with the state agencies on the question of compensation. The land upon which this business once operated was leased land from the state. The lease expired and was not renewed. Therefore, there is no question of compensation for land and not even an expectation. The negotiations is still being pursued with the Commissioner of Valuation, Commissioner of State Land, and the Ministry of Finance. I will always maintain an arm's length approach to this matter, and if the UNC intends to score political points or make mischief on this matter, I assure them that they will be profoundly disappointed. The land acquisition process commenced in 2013 under the UNC government. It was the UNC who came to the company in 2013 and served notices to acquire the land, not this government. Long before I ever dreamed of becoming a government minister in the future PNM government. This government simply completed the acquisition process which the UNC government started. So to insinuate the UNC operatives that this government acquired the property so that I can benefit is laughable and downright ridiculous. The UNC land acquisition budget, and it's important that you listen to this, the UNC land acquisition budget for the Curepe project was approximately $150 million. This is for all the properties that was required. And they again were going with the same private treaty that was used here. This government, the PNM government acquisition budget for the same amount of properties was reduced to $87 million. A saving of $63 million just on a $150 million project. The UNC cost for the construction of the interchange was $200 million more than what this government awarded the contract for. This country must ask the UNC, rather than put in fake information about the minister getting $100 million, who was getting the extra $200 million on that project? That should be the big question. My impression is that if you keep putting fake information, then the population will think how much money the minister gets. And the population will forget that a minister was fired from the government for reporting to the Prime Minister another minister was interfering in the procurement process. The truth is that on that one project, we were able to save in excess of $250 million. I remind this country of these facts because the UNC cannot stand in the face and face facts or have a conversation which is anchored in truth and fact. They try to hoodwink the population by spewing fake news and lies in the public domain, hoping that this government can be distracted and expend time to respond to their lies. It is regrettable, but this has become a reality in Trinidad and Tobago. We must always be ready to dispel the fake news with facts and to remind the country of the persons who are behind the dumping of fake news and misinformation.